Okay, we're gonna try this again. Second shot. Dawn is having technical. It's not saying. I'm not saying due to her. There she is.
I don't know why it wasn't letting me connect.
Okay.
What's up?
I don't know.
Oh, you look cute today with your hair pulled away from your face.
My little pebbles.
Yeah, we have a different hairline.
Yeah, you got a widow thing. I don't. You didn't
Yeah.
know that? You did my hair. You've done my hair for
No,
50.
I know. I just forget that. I think you're the only one that doesn't have one.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
I am the mailman's kid.
Yeah. If he didn't look like Dad's sister, I'd say yeah.
um, what was I gonna say? Oh, okay.
I
So today,
don't know. You dragged me on here. I'm just kidding.
a little out of my element, so I'm a little confused, and the dogs are outside barking. Um, so today, I thought we would discuss our workshop. I know we talked about the mind mapping last week, but we've had a few workshops in the collective over the last couple months. And something that I have noticed with every workshop we do or every session we have, planning sessions we have,
Yep,
um, everything kind of starts with a brain
it
dump.
does.
And maybe it's just me with clicking or a light bulb going on that, you know, it's kind like that's how we started the Accountability Collective. We started talking about the brain dumps and inviting people to come and, do brain dumps and it's really amazing to me that after, was it 4 months, I guess, how it's all starting to make sense and
Hmm.
how I guess
It takes a while.
yeah, you know, because it's kind of like even if you sit down to like do a planning call with us, you can't really plan your month, your quarter, your year unless you figure out unless you get everything out of your brain and get it down on what you need to do.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, in when I first started coaching,
Hmm.
um, y- you know me, because I have like a million things that I'm interested in. I just don't go to my job every day and come home and do my life stuff. I have all these like bells and whistles going
Right.
on. And so as I started incorporating like more things into my, not just like doing my job, which was hairdressing, and, I would come home and do my art stuff, my fun stuff, and then my life stuff. It didn't seem like it was such a big deal
Right.
until I started being serious about, I don't want to give up hair.
Right.
I want to do my jewelry now, and then throw. Oh my God.
Oh no.
So stupid. Then throw into the mix, doing coaching.
Yeah.
I started like twirling, like, oh my God, how do I get all of this straight so that I don't screw things up? And I go back to, I was using my calendar already because I was scheduling all of my things for the salon. And because I was so used to looking at that calendar every day, I would open my iPad, look at the calendar. I started blocking in like if I was babysitting the girls, what days, what the times were, if dad had like doctor's appointment, all the things. I started putting them in. I didn't realize what I was doing, but then I went to dentist and I'm like, I don't know how to keep this all straight, and I need to be organized because I need certain things for the Diamond Insiders group, and I need to be able to teach things, and everything just started like coming down on me.
Mhm.
And he was like, as scattered as he has this ability, I should say, to help other people
Yeah.
reel it in and do the things that they should be doing. So he was like, "Oh, you need to do a brain dump." And I'm like, "Oh, here we go. He's going to bring me along, this stuff or start talking sports and blah, 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 right?" But I decided to listen to
Yeah.
him. So he taught me how to brain dump. And then he taught me how to mind map. And then, by now I'm coaching, I'm using some of these systems, and I'm realizing that, yeah, coaching for floor Saffron, doing laying the foundation, which I feel is very, very important. It's important work for people to do, but then I started noticing other people didn't know how to brain dump. They didn't know how to categorize things. They didn't know what to do every day. And so I started working on all of these systems. And when we started talking, I'm like, what is the common thing with all of this stuff?
The
You need to
brain.
do the brain dump.
Mhm.
It's where everything centers around no matter what you're doing. And, it can be very overwhelming, especially if you've never done it.
Yeah.
And you might have to take a sheet of paper or, like I always say, get a notebook just for your brain dump, but carry it around. And every time you think of something, put it in there because at first shot, you might not get it all down. And
Mhm.
it might be a really long list. But then as you start doing it, you can segment it for what you need.
Right.
You know, okay, today I'm working on content creation or whatever. You just sit down, block everything else out, and you do your brain dump just for that.
Mhm.
Um, you know,
I, I
again,
tend
I'm
to do it like twice a week because
Mhm.
I I don't even know if it's my own sort of brain dump, I guess. I just write down everything I have to get done from that day to
Yeah.
I don't know, a couple days out, and then
Mhm.
I organize them and put them on in my task list.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, that's one of the things too. Like, when I'm teaching any of this stuff, it's not like, oh, this is the way you do it. It's here's an idea. What can you do to make it fit for you?
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Hmm.
Because it's not always like, especially if you're creative, sticking to exactly. That's why a lot of people are, I don't want a job because I don't want somebody telling me what to do. Well, nobody's telling me what to do here. We're just offering
Yeah.
suggestions. And then from there, take what you want and use it however, like, time blocking. Is it for everybody? No. Do you have to use it for every single thing? No.
Mm-mm.
But does it come in handy? Absolutely. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And do you have to be like really rigid with it? No.
Well, and that's the other thing. Like the time blocking. I don't know how to explain it because I kind of work whenever I want, but when I do sit down to work, my time blocking is I kind of do it like we do our co-working calls. I just set my timer
Yeah.
and I say, okay, I need to do this many of these, and I'm giving myself this amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Or I need to
Yep.
this and I'm only going to work on this for this long because then I want to move on to this for this. And so it's not like I put it in my calendar like you do
Yeah.
or like other people do. I just, every time I sit down to work, I kind of give myself blocked time.
Hmm.
to do certain tasks, I guess. But that's what
Well,
works for me.
yeah, but then you notice if you didn't give yourself those guidelines
You can get lost
all
into
day, right?
the one
And
thing or bounce into something else and not finishing that. So
mhm,
that's keeping me accountable to myself,
right,
making sure I'm doing what I need to get done. But then it's also making sure I move on to the next thing.
yeah.
Um,
And you just have to kind of, I feel like you have to just take a deep breath and let all of these things that we introduce to everyone, you just have to kind of, give them a chance.
right.
L- Give them a little while because, just by me introducing some of this stuff to you in the beginning, you were like, "Ugh,"
Well, I'm a prime example. I mean, I can be the poster child of, you know, thinking this is a bunch of BS.
Hmm.
I mean, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But what I've learned is there's some people that truly need the structure, truly need 110% help with staying accountable. Like,
Hmm.
then there's some people that just need to know we're there, or there's the group
Yeah.
there that they can pop in and out. And then there's the ones that, just like to be, I think, like to have that comfort.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's me, because like I said, I thought it was a bunch of BS, but I've seen with different members how they've changed, how it's helping them.
Yeah.
Just through our Monday priorities and our Friday wins, you
Hmm.
see the progress of what our group is doing, or how the people in our group are doing. And then with myself, like I said, I may not be following it to your structure
Hmm.
or to Susan's structure or to Catherine's structure. I'm following it to my own, and I know it's working for me.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know, and that's what I think this whole thing is really good with. Like, you know, again, I haven't done the time blocking class or watched the video. I don't know why. But I just think everything we do, every step we implement, anything we're introducing, it all just goes back to starting with a brain dump
Yeah.
and yourself getting all of that out to
Hmm.
then organize it to how you like. Some people may like the mind mapping and not like the Kanban board, you know.
Right. Right.
Um, I personally like the Kanban board. I know you seem to think I was going to like the mind mapping, but I think it's too much for me. I
Mhm.
haven't done the class yet, the workshop yet,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
see that. Obviously, I just think the Kanban is so simple.
Well,
So
because they each are a little bit different.
mhm,
So the Kanban board is something that keeps you structured
mhm.
for every day or the week, the month.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's more for your tasks.
See, and I'm more task
And
oriented.
yeah, well, but when you're doing a mind map, that's really good for when you're trying to figure something out.
Hmm.
It's almost like it's not really like a puzzle, but it sort of is. It's like taking a family tree. Okay, you start with mom and dad, then it branches off to you,
Hmm.
your kids, and it might give a little description of all your kids. But me, my kids, Anthony, Joey, it's all separate, and it's your way of almost zeroing in on one thing at a time.
Hmm.
So instead of looking at like our family as this big thing, I can just go right to the little bubble that it has your name and your children.
Hmm.
And now, if I want to take that further, I just focus on your children.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can go back and start on my family and my children. And I'm just using that as an example, but it's a really good thing to use when you're trying to figure out, like if you were even writing a course, and you might think about the course that you're writing for next month
Mm-hmm.
in a mind map. If something's not flowing right, putting it in a mind map might work better, you know. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, it might be a little too much where you go, oh, I can't think, you
Yeah.
know. When I was trying to figure out who my dream client was, it just like really the light bulb went off because I
Mm-hmm.
saw a dream client and all the things about her. And then because I knew so many things about her, then I could zero in on each of the things about her that came off of that. It was just mind blowing, but might be a little bit too much for some people, you know? It's just
I
another tool.
Yeah, just another tool, and that's what, again, what our workshops have been all about, are tools for helping you uh, keep self-organized. And that's a good segue into next month's, because that's not really going to be a planning. It's going to be more on social media engagement, the
Mhm.
one I'm putting together. So that'll be fun to bring out. And I mean, I guess it's going to be planning because I'm going to touch base on planning your social
Yeah,
media. Um,
yeah.
so, that's going to be fun. And I know a lot of people are excited about the Thursday and Saturday mind mapping next week. So it'll be Thursday the 27th at 6 p.m. and then Saturday the 29th at 2 p.m. It'll start right after we do our live next Saturday. And they'll both be with Dennis. And I'm excited to get to the Thursday one done because I want to watch the video and put out some clips and see how it goes. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yes, good.
And
Good. Well, that's also one of the things about the Accountability Collective. We don't want it to be just about planning, you
yeah,
know.
I think the good thing is we listen to the members and we get
Hmm.
feedback, and everybody kind of has their own input on what they want to talk about, what they want to learn, or
Yeah.
what they're having problems with in their business.
Hmm.
So we then can gear our workshops, or even a quick call on what's needed for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. April brings up the new rollout of the lounge group,
All
and
right.
we will be putting out more to those members. Um, they'll be able to, instead of just getting the free brain dumps, they're going to be getting the free brain dumps. They're going to be getting the Monday priorities, the Wednesday check-ins, and then the
Sorry.
Friday um, wins posts.
Hmm.
Um, there's something else they're going to be getting too. I can't remember.
Well, and,
Um,
we did try it as a free
yeah, it
group.
just wasn't clicking. Nobody was really honestly, on a day-to-day basis, there was nothing to participate in, and it was kind of like the brain dumps were getting forgotten about.
Yeah.
And I think with this minimal pay as you go, or pay the monthly fee and get all that we're giving them, um, I think there's a bunch that have signed up, and I think they're going to be really happy with it. Um,
Yeah. I do
and
too. Like, I feel like when it's weird to say, but when you're paying for something, you hold yourself more accountable
right, and so
to join.
something else I've noticed too, because I've gone on to Facebook and like looked into these different accountability groups and stuff, and there's nothing structured.
Yeah.
So Like I may post something and then you may answer me a week from then because they're not active groups.
Right.
Whereas our collective is active daily, no matter what time of day, no matter what day it is, someone will always answer a post that anyone
Yeah.
puts up. First of all. Second of all, we are doing structured posting Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And no, not everybody catches that post on those days. So throughout the whole week, people are talking on those things and encouraging each other and giving ideas and it was just bothering me over the last couple months that so many people that were part of our collective but not part of the paid portion were missing out on that. And
Yeah.
you know and I'm sorry, but that site does the site we're holding it on does cost. So
Yeah.
um and like I said, we are active, we are doing things. So I think it's well worth the 14.99 a month to be part of it. You're getting a lot for that. It's really packed with value.
Hmm.
Um, and
Yeah. And basically, you know, I want everybody to participate
I know
because I've been,
that's why we started this.
yeah, and I've been, this is something that I really saw that is kind of like the unspoken thing
Mm-hmm.
for creatives. I don't want to just say jewelry designers, creatives, any small business
Mm-hmm.
person who is working by themselves or just with a small crew. You need that, like group around you, people cheering you on. I love seeing everybody becoming
Yeah.
friends and starting to get to know a little
Mm-hmm.
bit about each other's businesses, because then when we're on our accountability calls or any of our planning sessions, they start talking to each other and helping each other.
Co-working.
And yeah, the co-working
That's
is
what
like,
that's what the lounge group will be getting also.
yeah,
The 3 posts a week, uh the brain dumps and the co-working calls, which I love.
they're golden.
They are, and honestly, I may start doing 2 a week. Like I love those because we work. Like
Yeah.
those ladies, like that are always
Well,
there, they're hard nosed and like they just want to put their heads down and work. Like I would
yes.
love to sit and talk, but they're just like, no, 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 keep going, keep going. Do you want a break? Nope, no break. Put the timer back on.
Well, you know what was really funny when I first started doing co-working, like, maybe a couple years ago in my other group. It went over really, really well, but we would get on the call, and in between our little break that we take, people would ask questions and we'd get off
Off
on,
track, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, talking about all this stuff. And so the hour and a half would actually turn into 2.5 hours, and it gets out of hand. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe people weren't getting so much work done. Well, then we stopped talking so much in
Yeah.
between. People became more serious about it, which kind of came right over into our group.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the same way. And now it's like the 5 minute break. People don't even want to take it. You're like, do you want,
They
do you have a
don't.
question? They're kind of like, yeah, 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 just put that timer on
Mm-hmm.
again. Like,
Yeah. I'm like, you want to keep going? Keep going. Keep going. I'm like, okay.
it's like the mom that she's like, nobody needs me anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. I seriously, I'm wondering if maybe I shouldn't hold 2 of those a week. I'm gonna ask them this week if anyone would be interested in a second one.
I'm
Um,
sure they would.
because it gets me working,
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
me into what I need to be doing. And so, yeah,
I wish
I don't know. I'm just
I wish I
excited.
was around on those days,
Well,
because you do them on the days that I'm at work.
we can
I
do
just
one on one of the days you're
were.
home. that you're
Yeah,
off from
yeah,
the shop. We could do that. I'll see if they want to maybe do it on I don't know. I'll talk to them this week and see what they
yeah.
say.
See what they
And then
say.
we'll
They're kind
start
of like they're
scheduling
sort
it.
of the boss,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. I'm
When they say
it's
something, we're like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's kind of like you just make yourself available for when they want to do things. Like I tried jumping on randomly
Mhm.
and doing one, and I only got I think it was Becky who jumped on with me that day. Um but maybe if I put a notice out ahead of time instead of like 30 minutes or
Or
something, because I
how
know
about even
our
tell
core
somebody,
our core crew, they follow that schedule. Like
oh,
whatever's
well,
scheduled,
when,
they are.
when I told Estelle that we might have to switch up the days, she was not happy. I was like, she's like, I can always do one, just so you know. And I was like, well, you know, sometimes we have to go by what our schedule is, if, you
Yeah,
know, but, that's also an option too.
yeah.
Oh, and there's nothing that can't say that somebody can't message me or you anytime during the week or weekend and say, can we jump on a
Yeah,
co-working?
and I'm thinking that's what's might start happening now that everybody's getting to know each other and know each other's schedules and what everybody's doing, you know. I'm hoping that
Hmm.
happens soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, sister. I have to get to the grocery store.
All right. I have to work on, actually, I'm working on a couple of, like, if you could see my brain right now, I need to do
A brain dump.
a brain dump, a mind map, because I've got myself in a tizzy right now
Well, get
doing
out of the tizzy.
I
Your
know.
husband will be home soon. Get him a good dinner
Oh,
cooked.
chicken cutlets. He's all excited.
Oh man.
And broccoli ziti. Yeah, he's very excited.
Well, I'm having
So
salmon tonight, so I'll be happy too.
I had that last night.
Yeah.
Yum.
I haven't had salmon in a while. All right. Love ya.
All right. Love you
Talk to you
too.
later.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.